Shanti. Today is 19th December 2021 and we shall listen to the Avyakta versions of Avyakta Bapdada. These Avyakta versions were spoken by Bapdada on 13th December 1989. The title for today's Murli is The Lines of Fortune of the Divine Brahmin Birth. Today, Bapdada, the creator of the world, is seeing all his children of the world in the form of human souls. All are Baba's children. So Baba is seeing all the human souls. Among all the souls, that is, among all the children, there are two types of children. Among all the souls of the world, there are two types of children that Baba is seeing. And which are they? One type is those who recognize the Father, and the other are those who call out to Him, means who have not yet recognized Him. So, who call out to Him and are trying to recognize Him. However, all are His children. So, all the souls of the world are the children of God, and amongst all those children, one type are those who have recognized the Father, and the second type are those who are still calling out and who are trying to recognize Him. So today, Bap Dada is seeing both types of children. Out of all the children, there are very few who recognize and meet Baba, whereas there are many who are trying to recognize Him. So few who have recognized Him and meet Him, but whereas there are many who have still not recognized Him. A line of elevated fortune is shining on the forehead of the children who recognize Baba. The most elevated line of fortune is the divine Brahmin birth received from the Father. So Baba says, those who have recognized the Father, Baba is seeing the line of fortune on those children's forehead. And the most elevated line of fortune is the divine Brahmin birth received from the Father. The line of the divine birth is sparkling very brightly. The children who call out without any knowledge believe that God has created them. But because they do not know Him, they are unable to experience the divine birth. So those who have recognized Him, Baba is seeing the most elevated line of fortune of the Brahmin birth that they have received from the Father. But those who have not recognized Him and are still calling out because they have no knowledge about God, they are not able to experience the divine birth. You say that Bap Dada has given you your divine birth, and they too say that God created them. They also believe that yes, they are the creation of God. But there is a big difference in the understanding. So Baba says, you say that Bap Dada has given you your divine birth, and they too say that God created them. God is the creator and God is the one who is the sustainer. However, there is so much difference in what they say and what you say. You say from experience, intoxication, and knowledge that Bap Dada, that is the mother and father, created you. So we children who recognize the Father, we say that we are His creation out of experience, with that intoxication, and on the basis of knowledge or the understanding. That is, he gave you your Brahmin birth. You know the Creator, your birth, your horoscope, the method and success of your divine birth. So, whatever is related with this Brahmin birth, we know everything. We know the Creator, we know our birth, we know our horoscope, and the method and success of this divine birth. Each one of you remembers the day of your divine birthday. Do you not? Everyone knows when they came first to Baba's house or when they first realized Baba. What is the speciality of this divine birth? Souls with ordinary births celebrate their birthdays, their education days, and their friends' days separately. What would you say? For you, your birthday, marriage day, and days of education are the same. When we came to Baba's house, we realized we got this birth, and with true heart, we said to Baba, Baba, I am yours. So that is our marriage day as well. So Baba says, in the world, people separately celebrate each days. But for you, your birthday, marriage day, and days of education are the same. Whether you call it Mother's Day, Father's Day, the engagement day, or whatever you wish to call it, it is the same day. Have you ever heard of such a divine birth where all the days are celebrated on one day? Throughout the entire cycle, you souls never have another day like this. In the golden age, too, you will not have the same marriage day, the wedding day, and birthday. But this is the speciality and uniqueness of this great birth in this conference age. In fact, the day that you became a Brahmin is your birthday and also your marriage day. Now, how is the marriage day? Baba explains. Because all of you make the promise. Mine is the one Father and none other. This is the determined thought you have from the start, is it not? I eat with you only. I sit with you. I fulfill all relationships with you. This is our promise. I eat with you only. I sit with you. I fulfill all relationships with you. This is the promise that all of you made, is it not? You Pandavas, mothers, and Kumaris have also made this promise, have you not? So your mind cannot go anywhere else, even in your dreams. Are you firm to this extent? Or do you need a companion? Baba says, are you firm with this promise? Or do you need a companion? Do you need a special companion to do service? So, for whom would you celebrate the day of companionship? Will you celebrate the day of companionship of a serviceable companion or of the Father being your companion? Whether someone gives service or takes service. At the time of doing service, do that service and then become so detached and loving that there is not the slightest feeling of obligation. Those who help you in doing service, whether a brother or a sister, would be special, would they not? Those who do special service would have a special right to. So be service companions, but be companions in the stage of being observers. When you forget the stage of being an observer and become companions, you forget the Father. That is when we are not able to remember the Father. Practice playing your part as an observer. So, whilst doing service, giving service, or taking service, but at that time we have to be detached and loving. When there is a balance, then we remember the Father. But if we become attached to that companion, we start having rights, then definitely we forget the Father. So Baba says, practice playing your part as an observer. There are 4 special lines of fortune sparkling on the forehead of each child. Which are they? First is the line of the divine birth. Second is the line of sustenance from God. Third is the line of the godly study. Fourth is the line of selfless service. So these are the 4 special lines of fortune sparkling on the forehead of each child. First is the line of divine birth. Second is the line of sustenance from God. Third is the line of godly study. And fourth is the line of selfless service. Acha, to all the children who are constantly knowledgeful and powerful like the Father, to the fortunate children whose lines of elevated fortune from the bestower of fortune are constantly clear, to the special souls who are equal to the Father and have received the 3 blessings from the Father, to the ones who constantly move ahead with their sustenance and study of the Brahmin birth, to the eternally fortunate children, Bap Dada's love, remembrances, and namaste. Bap Dada's blessing for us children today is, may you be a conqueror of attachment, and will all your treasures as well as your time and thoughts. May you be a conqueror of attachment, and will all your treasures as well as your time and thoughts. We have to will our treasures and the treasure of time and thoughts. Just as everything is willed to the children, in the same way, when you make the Father your heir and will everything to him, you then receive willpower. So we have to will our property, then only we shall receive willpower. So Baba says, just as everything is willed to the children in the Lokik world, in the same way, when you make the Father your heir, you will everything to him. You then receive willpower. With this willpower, your attachment will automatically be finished. Just as Sakar Father fully willed himself, in the same way, all of you have to will the treasures of your awareness, time, and thoughts. That is, you have to use everything according to shrimat for service, and you will become a conqueror of attachment and free from bondage. Today's slogan is, in order to be loving to one another, imbibe the virtues of easiness and tolerance. I repeat, in order to be loving to one another, imbibe the virtues of easiness and tolerance. Acha.